and this is your reading for September. Thank you very much for all of your comments and for all of your responses to the videos in August, which I really appreciate. It's lovely to hear how the messages resonate with you, and it's great to connect with you, so thank you so much for that. And if you want to book a reading with me, the link is under the video for a private reading, and that's it. So you in September will be looking at your value. September for you, most of the month, sort of from the end of August, it's going to be about the sun in your second house, which is all about how you value yourself, whether you are valuing yourself, whether you're charging enough for your services, whether you feel that what you do is valuable, whether you feel that you actually receive enough value for what you do. Okay, and you're going to be letting go of anything that feels like a dependence on anyone else's resources, or anything that feels like having a boundary crossed, or anything that just doesn't feel safe, anything that doesn't feel as if you have full personal autonomy. So let's just have a quick look at what the cards say about how Leo is going to feel a greater sense of value and a greater sense of just being rewarded for everything that you do. Okay, so what does Leo need to know in September? What does Leo need to know? That's great. Okay, so past, present, future, advice, and the probable outcome. Okay, so what you're just moving out of, Leo, is a feeling that you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. So where this connects to what's happening astrologically is that you may feel that you've had to make some sacrifices, and that had, in order to just make things work, to keep everything ticking along nicely, and it feels as if everything's sort of working at quite a sort of a basic level when it comes to what you allow yourself to receive in return. So a lot of giving and not necessarily feeling that you're receiving enough for what you're giving. So this is going to change. I feel that quite strongly, that this is going to change, because this is in the past. This is what you're just moving away from. That sense of being self-sacrificing, that sense of not always asking for what you feel you deserve. Okay, and sacrificing your own reward and value for the greater good. Okay, putting a lot of love out there and not quite enough of it coming back yet. So here we are. Where you are at the moment, reward and recognition. So this can be reward and recognition for anything, for being who you are, for the work that you do. It can be someone just saying thank you, I really do appreciate you more than you know. And this is the energy that you are going to be in September, that you might get some surprises, that you might have already had a sense of, people just actually do appreciate me more than I realise. It could be in the outer world, it could be in career, it could be that you're finally beginning to be more visible, that people have finally been beginning to get what you're about, who you are, and that you feel this hasn't necessarily always been the case. It could be that something that you've been working on, a project that you've been working on quietly behind the scenes, you've just brought to light, because those were kind of your themes for August, that you were working away in July, and that you presented something to the world that came forward a bit more in August, and now maybe you're beginning to get some nice comments, and you're beginning to get people saying, oh, I see, oh, that looks really good, yeah, I get that, that's really lovely. So, and it could be on any level, it could be, you could be just about to get an Oscar, or you could just get someone sort of sending you a nice bunch of flowers and saying thank you for the work that you've just done for me, or thank you for being you. So reward and recognition, that's where you are right now, what you're moving into more strongly. And let's just see where the future energy takes us with that. Great, love it when that card comes up in the future. Firm foundation, so you're beginning to see little bits of proof, little bits of little clues that what you've been working on, what you've sacrificed for, what you've been recently presenting to the world, could actually turn out to be okay. You're just having glimpses of it now, so you're being asked to just trust, to keep having faith. You've had to go through a huge shift in perception about things. You've had to let go of old wounds and old karma, old ways of seeing things, loss of faith, loss of people, people's belief in you, all of those things. And you've come through here, and it's like vindication is beginning to happen. And it's beginning, even if it's not in the outer world, it's beginning to happen through your sense of rightness about certain things, or something that you discovered in your soul searching period that is a kind of a spiritual support system that will help you to build in a different way to what you've done in the past. Okay, so firm foundations for the future. It could be that you have things okay, but you're thinking of making them even more solid for you and for your loved ones and for the future. So this is all about future thinking and planning and making sure that there are structures in place that support everything that you're doing on this more ephemeral level of maybe creativity and personal achievement and reward and recognition, making it something that sticks. Okay, so your advice from the cosmos to help you with that: passion reignited. So wow. It's a fantastic thumbs up to doing anything that you feel really passionate about at the moment. Stay with what you feel passionate about, because whether you believe it or not, that is going to help you to create a firm foundation. I'm not telling anyone to ditch their day job or anything like that, but stay focused on the reignited passion that you've discovered in the last few months. Stay focused on it, because it is coming. That in fact, for a lot of you, the work that you do itself is the reward in itself. So why wouldn't you keep doing it? And then the other rewards come later. For some of you, it will be that you are building a firm foundation in a practical, logical sense that gives you more time to spend on what you feel passionate about. But you're being asked to keep noticing. Notice what it is that you feel really happy doing. Notice what it is that feels really that you feel passionate about. Notice which aspect of the work that you do. You might love your work, but there might be particular aspects that you're beginning to realize, well, actually, I thought I was this, but I'm actually that, I'm more, I feel much more alive when I'm doing this aspect of it. So, you're just being asked to notice all of that, because that's what will bring in value for you. Okay, just to tie it up with the astrology, that's what will bring in more value for you in the future, because the more passionately you feel about something, the more energy you'll put into it, the more you'll take it out into the world, the more you will, in the end, allow yourself to receive for it. So keep going with that thing. And the other advice, wisdom. So combine your passion with wisdom. Combine your passion with some kind of teachings, whether it's spiritual teachings that you pass on to others, whether it's actually sharing your knowledge, sharing whatever this thing is that you're passionate about, sharing it with others, whether it's just writing a book about it, whether it's, just focusing on the wisdom within you and how you can allow that to generate your next steps forward organically, rather than kind of following anyone else's set of systems. And you're also being asked to stay wise with regard to building firm foundations. So be practical as well, sensible and logistical as you move forward, and be wise in all your dealings with regard to how you ask for what you deserve. Don't undersell yourself, don't underplay what you do. Be realistic in the nicest possible way. Be realistic in... People always say, when people say, oh, be realistic, it's usually some kind of an admonishment. It's usually telling you to limit yourself in some way. But you're being asked to be realistic in terms of the value that you really do bring. See it as it really is. And then do your sums and your calculations and work things out and move forward in that respect, okay? All right, Leo, I hope that helps you. So I'm going to just pick you a card, pink. I've just heard pink really clearly, about the guardian angels. We each have at least one guardian angel who lovingly oversees all the events of our lives. Guardian angels are messengers of light whose divine mission is to protect and guide humanity along its sacred journey. Their love for each of us is unconditional, so no matter what you do or don't do, you are always worthy of their love. So it's just a reminder that you are loved, and this one has just peeped out as well. Trust, love and trust. Trust the guidance that you receive. Your guardian angel is watching over you and looking out for you and guiding you to a sense of deeper security and value within yourself, helping to change your thoughts about what you deserve and about receiving. And trust says you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best possible way. So let go of fear, of apprehension, it's saying, and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. So there is a big healing for you coming around this area of how you value yourself and what you're able to receive for what you do. So trust that, trust yourself, and rather than seeing it from a purely physical perspective, go inside and ask yourself, what needs to change within me in order to allow me to receive more? It's not that the world isn't valuing you and therefore paying you enough. It's something within you that needs to shift that will allow that to happen. Okay, we didn't pick your outcome. Oh, alliances and partnerships. So there is somewhere that you can form an alliance that will help you to increase your sense of value. And when I say increase your sense of value, what I mean by that is, because no one can give you that obviously, but it could be that you can combine your efforts with the efforts of someone else, and that together you can build something that you feel a little bit more secure within, that you feel a little bit more ready to take forward. Or, you know, when you form an alliance with someone, they have skills that you don't, and vice versa. You know, you have skills that they don't. So you can pool all of those skills and you can grow exponentially. There's a synergy that happens, and it could be that that kind of synergy is something that will just push you a little bit further, you know, in terms of what you believe you deserve. So it could be that you form a partnership with someone who's very good at asking for more, something like that. That's very literal, but take it as it appeals to you or as it resonates with you, Leo. And whatever happens, you know, watch this again, because there's so much in this reading, and yeah, it just feels like it's going to really help you to heal things and to move forward, rather than to be a predictive thing. It's ideas that you can be thinking about that can help you to bring a shift that you need to bring. Alright, so have a fantastic September, and I'll see you again in October. And if you want to book a reading with me, link is below the video. Take care. Bye.
Stay a while and remember who you are. You are a sparkle from a star. So come on out and shine like the light that you are. Be still a while, 'cause every